Okay guys, welcome back to the Ozukachu channel where we just hit 1k. That's actually unreal, but to celebrate 1k I'm going to do you guys a favor and help you guys build a budget streaming PC with $1,000 AUD budget. This is going to be hard. I think we may have to go 1200 max, but I'm going to try to keep it at the 1k, and if we can get in the 1k, awesome. If I have to go to 1200, like if I have to, also just for like reference, I think like 1k to 1200 AUD is roughly 7 to 800 USD, roughly around there, and then I think it's roughly 700 euro or something like that. I don't know. I'm good with USD conversion, but not euro. Not good with euro. I should probably also quickly disclaim that I'm not actually building this PC, only because I don't have the money. Otherwise, I would order all the parts and then actually build the PC for you guys, test it out, and then probably sell it, because there's no need for me to have so many PCs. Anyways, let's just roll the intro and get into it. Right, so let's just talk first. What's the difference between a gaming PC and a streaming PC? Well, first of all, for gaming PC, you will always want to go Intel. It's a bit more powerful when it comes to gaming. Not the best when it comes to processing and rendering, which is a lot of what happens when you're streaming. So you want to go for a full AMD build, usually with NVIDIA encoding with your graphics card. So let's just jump onto Amazon. See what we can find to try to stay in our 1k budget. Okay, so first of all, let's get the motherboard and the CPU out of the way, and then we'll worry about the GPU towards the end when we know our budget, So first of all, I'm thinking for your first streaming budget PC, that's probably a small Ryzen 5 or a powerful Ryzen 3. So we're going to go for this one here, the AMD Ryzen 5 2600, only because if we go 3600, it's like an extra $100, as you can see here, and really the 3600 is a bit too powerful for a starter streaming PC. So this one here will allow you to stream and play video games on the same PC, as long as we have a good graphics card. So the extra $100 we take off here, we can add to a good graphics card. So we'll go with this one. So we just add this to cart. We'll put it all together on a cart to see how we go. Alright, so now we'll go with the motherboard. Okay, so we've also got to keep in mind that this is a budget one. Okay, so we'll probably go with the B450M gigabyte motherboard, built for AMD processors, obviously. It's looking pretty solid, about the 145 mark, which is pretty good. It's roughly the average what we're looking for. Look, like I said, this is budget build. You can obviously get much better motherboards for an extra $50 to $100, but we'll see what it comes down to at the end. If we have a bit more room for, like, money wise, we can upgrade the motherboard, but for now this is gonna work. So I think this is what we'll go with. We don't necessarily need a Wi-Fi one that comes with Wi-Fi, because you can easily just buy a Wi-Fi chip if you really need a Wi-Fi one for a lot cheaper. And I mean, there's no need for Wi-Fi. You shouldn't be streaming with Wi-Fi anyway. You should be using Ethernet for a lot more stable connection and faster speeds. Okay, so next we'll probably want to go with a power supply unit. So personally, I really like Corsair, only because Corsair is really reliable, and I've never really heard any bad feedback ever from Corsair. So let's go with Corsair. Okay, so we'll definitely go with this one here, the Corsair 550X PSU here. It comes with literally everything we need for the decent price of $144. So it was trying to stick in this 1000 mark, remember? So I think we'll go with this. This is all you realistically need. Don't need anything much powerful unless you're running multiple graphics cards, really high-end stuff. But yeah, we'll just go with this one for now. We'll add that on the card. I think we should look at like 16 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, so I've never actually used T-Force before, but my friend has it, and one of my other friends has T-Force in his as well. So I think we'll go with this. Stick with the theme, a nice black theme, $100 for two 8 gigabytes and 3000 megahertz. That's not too bad. That's pretty good for its price anyway. So definitely T4, 16 gigabytes of RAM. You do not want to go any lower than 16 gigabytes of RAM. You might even want to go to 32 gigabytes if you can afford it, only because that much RAM you need, having lots of processors running, especially if you guys are using this for streaming and video editing and all that sort of stuff for YouTube and that, you definitely want 16 gigabytes of RAM with all the rendering and processing and everything you have in the background, music playing, I don't know, all that sort of stuff. Let's see how we're going with prices at the moment. Okay, so our total comes to $608. So let's just look at, we'll look at a good medium. We only really need, realistically, at least 256 gigabytes of SSD. Actually, no, I'm thinking of going the 500 gigabyte SSD by Samsung. It's realistically not that much more expensive than a 256 gigabyte, so I think we might have to go with that one. I've also heard WD Blue is also very cheap and very good. That's what my friend uses in his, and his is really good, he says. But this is the one I'm thinking of looking at. Yeah, so I think we'll go with the Samsung, because I know Samsung is definitely up there with really good SSDs. So really well known, great SSD. 500 gigabytes gives you plenty of room to store lots of stuff. We realistically don't need a hard drive unless you really want to have lots of games in there. But I've got like I think a terabyte of hard drive and then like 256 SSD in mine, which I'm gonna rebuild my whole new PC very soon when prices come down. Also, speaking of which, guys, these are COVID prices, which means they're so much more expensive than they really are, so I suggest waiting till COVID's over before you start purchasing any of these products. So we'll just go ahead and add that one to the cart. That gives you a good amount of storage, so we don't necessarily need a HDD for this if you've got 500 gigabytes of SSD. But like I said, if you really want to add more, you can. Let's just look at our total now so we know how much we have to spend on a GPU and a case. $752. Alrighty, let's explore our options here. So let's have a look what the 1650 Super can offer us for price range. So the three brands you most likely want to go with when it comes to GPUs is MSI, Gigabyte, and Aorus. I'm not 100% sure if I say that right anytime ever. Those are your three best companies you want to go with when it comes to GPUs. See, everyone that's watching this, they'll be like, oh, get the 1660, save you upgrading later. Yeah, well, the 1660 is going to cost me a goddamn fortune for a budget PC. I always get people say that. Why not use a 590 RX, or why not use a 1660 Super, because those are just far too expensive. Remember, guys, we're on a budget here. A budget build is the name of this. So yeah, we'll definitely go with this one here, the MSI Gaming GeForce GTX 1650. The 1650 is a really good low end, not low end, it's sort of medium end, with 4 gigabytes of RAM in it, and NVIDIA encoding is what you look for when it comes to streaming. It's just the best. So once again, these prices will change. It just varies on where you are in quarantine at the moment, because quarantine is currently very expensive for PC parts. Oof, we went over to $6.37. And you know what we're still missing? The case. We're missing the case. Alrighty, so for cases, I like to go NZXT. Cases are really, it comes down to preference, if I'm honest. It comes down to what your preference is in cases, what sort of style you like and that. But I think NZXT is good. It's amazing for cable management and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, you don't have to have the fanciest case in the world, so I'm obviously not going to pick something super fancy. We'll probably stick to something nice and simple. Obviously, getting one with more glass and like showing and that, like this, obviously it's a bit more expensive. But if you get something just like this, super plain, you get less for $100. And because this is budget, we will probably go with this one. I think that's with one fan. Is that it? One fan? Yeah, no, we won't worry about that one, because we're gonna pay the exact same. We might as well upgrade to something that looks better and comes with fans. Awesome, this one will look great. The other one did obviously not come with fans. They came with one, but you need more than one fan to keep your PC cool. But this, I think it breathes through the bottom and maybe through the top, because I can't really see a way for it to escape through the sides like mine does, or through like a style like my friend has. So I'm not sure how great this will be for airflow, but I believe they built this for a reason. It even comes with customizable trim, which is actually pretty neat. If you want to have a set color theme like mine is black and red, you want to have that. You might want a case that has really customizable theme colors, you know. We'll go with this one. This one seems pretty good. Anyways, let's have a look at our car. What does this come down to? Let's just double check we have everything. Oh, so yeah, we might. Is there anything we can budget down on? So Cooler Master, a lot of people, I don't know how many people would agree with me on this one here, but my friend has Cooler Master. His has been running for a very long time at a 550 watt capacity as well. So I think we'll go with this one. It's half the price. So we're trying to stick in this price range. We'll go with this one instead. Well, so that brings us down to $1,063. Just remember, everyone, this is in AUD prices because I live in Australia. This will probably be roughly about $700 USD. Alright, so yeah, well, I think we have everything. Let's just recap. We have our case, we have the PSU, we have the GPU, which is going to pretty much be the load off the CPU to help you with your encoding and your rendering and all that sort of stuff. But make sure you guys download drivers. Please download all the drivers it asks you to for everything if you guys do use this as a PC build, because so many people, I've realized, don't even know that drivers exist, and they do the entire thing without drivers on their computer. Like, come on. We've got SSD for storage, we've got a pretty good RAM, not gonna lie. T-Force apparently is really not that bad, so we'll definitely go with 100 for that one. I think it's the cheapest one I get in everything, if I'm being realistic here. I think, yeah, if we're being realistic, this is the cheapest we can get everything. And it comes down to $1,063.22. So I went that tiny bit over, but this would be well under 1,000, probably about the 900 mark. If COVID was over. Anyway, guys, that one's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. This actually was one of the longest I've spent on my videos in a while. So yeah, that was my 1K PC build budget streaming PC build, yeah, for 1K subs. But seriously though, thank you guys so much. I appreciate this more than you guys will ever know. But if you haven't already, join the Discord, link for that in the below. If you want to go check out some of my amazing and awesome looking merch to make you look dope as and self-censorship. Anyways, yeah, that's all links down below. Go join my Twitch. I don't know what days I stream, mostly now because I'm working again, which is also why I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks, which I am so sorry about. Links down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy streaming.